Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the CSU Convocation Center here on the campus of Cleveland State University here in beautiful Cleveland, Ohio, as the Plain Dealer and the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission presents amateur boxing at its best as the United States faces Ireland. Our next bout is in the middleweight contest, 165-pound weight limit. Your referee for this contest, Mr. Eugene Duffy. Introducing first, in the red corner, wearing the green and white. This young man hails out of Derry, Ireland. Please welcome Eammon.
Goodbye.
His opponent in the blue corner, wearing the familiar blue and white of Team USA. This young man hails out of Glendale, Arizona. Please welcome and give him a Cleveland welcome, Gonzales!
The tap gloves, and here we go. Jesus Gonzales, fourth in the under-19 championships, the outstanding boxer in the Everlast U.S. National Championships.
I'll tell you what, this junior middleweight division right now looks pretty doggone tough.
And they are fighting like pros.
Oh, they're banging. There's nothing gentle about these guys tonight.
And you see the excitement it brings in the crowd, and the energy level that goes up with these guys as their instincts take over, rather than worrying about being too technical. Now, at some point, Manuel Stewart will probably work some more of the mechanics in there for them.
They've got mechanics. They've got to learn now how to bang with those mechanics. That's the key. They've got the mechanics. Now they got to teach them how to bang, because the pitter pat wasn't working before. Now when you do the mechanical things and do the things right, and you fire those left hands, you're straight down the chute, hurt people, you get respect.
So the first thing is you learn to slug, you get used to that, and then you temper that and put the stuff in. So step one is underway right now, and we're seeing the intensity of the athletes.
They just did a great job of feinting every once in a while, stepping off. You know, he never lets this guy get set on him. That's the key, not letting the guy time you. You got to do a little feint, a little fooling with the hands, something to make him think. If you don't give him anything to think about, he's going to tag you.
Right hook by Jesus Gonzales, as he traps Eammon O'Kane and then tries to go to work in the corner. O'Kane tries to get his left hook going. Good right hand, a lead shot by Gonzales. Right hook by Gonzales. Left hook by O'Kane. So we come to the end of the opening round.
The fighter, it makes you uncomfortable.
You got it like when he opens up.
Round two between Jesus Gonzales and Eammon O'Kane. 165 pounds. Nice start for Gonzales, 5-1. His leaping shots got in, and you're seeing some pinpoint accuracy on his short punches here.
Real sharp punches by both fighters, but I'll tell you what, Jesus is just doing the job out there. Got his eyes on the target, watching, got very good eyes. I always like to look at a guy, watch his eyes. He's very strong, very confident, never wavering, not jumping. Just knows where the guy is, knows what he wants to do. He's not letting this guy dictate to him. He's dictating the fight by how he's fighting.
O'Kane trying to leap in with some shots, but Gonzales too quick for him. Low blow. And we'll have a warning for that. We've had Gonzales trying to time Eammon O'Kane. And in this case, the timing was off.
Yeah, he caught him right on the belt line. I heard Dean Martin start singing South of the Border there when I saw that punch.
It did land low. And you have usually, we'll give you up to 5 minutes, and there'll be a talking to here.
Taking a point away.
Now sometimes you usually have warnings, but in this case, considered blatant enough. And what they do is they add 2 points, usually onto the afflicted parties.
all of a sudden Eammon wants to trade, I think that's not a good choice.
Now you get angry after you've been hit low. And Gonzales nails it with a right hook. Jesus Gonzales scores with the left hand. Just showing the jab at this point and then firing the left hand home.
That was a straight left hand right down the chute. I just love the eyes of this young man, Jesus Gonzales Jr. He's got great eyes, watches that fight, times a guy.
His timing, his counter punches have been beautiful.
But he's not just coming back with a little slap. He's nailing them when they miss. He's making them pay, making them want to get very cheap about throwing punches.
And you have to be subtle to make that happen. You have to be moving when the punch is coming to you, getting in position to avoid it, and then spring into offense.
You have to have a lot of confidence in yourself to let a guy know he's going to lead. You let him lead and get out of the way and fire, because you take the risk of getting hit.
Second round goes into the books.
I've been in town to pick up the pressure, all right? You're doing good, Michael. Just pick it up right here, all right?
All right.
You don't have to try to hit him hard. Just throw the hand, let the hands go and use your speed. You already hit hard.
All right.
Make sure you feint on him. You got to feint on him because he's just standing still. Every time you feint, you're going to get a good range.
Gonzales coming out here moving, just throwing a straight left hand right down the chute. Trying to counter him, trying to get that left hand in there, trying to catch him coming in. Done a real nice job so far. His margin of lead right now is not great, but he's doing the job.
Pick it up right here, Reed. Tear his ass up.
Has a 4-point lead at 10-6. Still a good number.
Very good number.
And interesting that O'Kane fought him on even terms in the second round. But the first round was big for Gonzales.
Huge.
So into round 3 we go. This is Dave Bontempo and Scott Ledoux, who are at the USA versus Ireland dual meet at the Convocation Center, campus of Cleveland State University. Glad you're with us in this contest. The USA has a 17-10 lead in dual meets against Ireland over the years. Nice shot by Gonzales to the body. He wasn't cheated at all.
Every punch he lets him go.
He went low again.
That wasn't low. That was, I think that was above the belt line. That was above the belt line from the angle I saw here.
He didn't get called for it. He is warned about it, though. It wasn't blatant. Of course, if you land just above the belt line, that's a great shot. That's why you see some borderline shots not get home. They go a little south. Halfway through round 3, with Gonzales landing the good counter shots, and he has Eammon O'Kane timed like a watch.
I'll tell you what, he is throwing some real sharp, straight left hand, but he's getting hit too. Give O'Kane some credit. He's landing some punches too. This Ireland team, they come to fight.
Gonzales to the body, then scores with one to the head. Another straight left hand to the head.
Lead left hand.
They showed him something different instead of all the counters. Gives the opponent a little bit more to worry about. These guys are setting a good pace.
It's the kind of experience these young men need if they're going to go into the Olympics next year.
Gonzales having things very much his way in round 3. He's opening up a good-sized lead that he'll carry into the home stretch. And for Eammon O'Kane, a serious rally is what he needs. He'll have just 2 minutes to go. Of Ireland. Gonzales off to a tremendous lead at 16-8. Had a very good third round.
He turns on that left hand very straight right down the chute. Just turns on it.
Eammon O'Kane with a deficit to make up as he tries to score on the lead end. Gonzales has countered very well.
Very well.
Countering is the hardest way to win a fight.
It is.
Your percentage has to be that much higher. So when you see a guy ahead and he's been countering, that's a big tribute to him.
It's a big tribute because he's making them miss. He's got good eyes and he's got really good balance. That's what I see with this young man. There's tremendous balance, Gonzales.
Right hook by Gonzales as O'Kane comes in. And certainly making a battle of it.
Without the balance, you can't punch. When you're on balance all the time, you can punch from any angle.
That's why you see certain guys with good reflexes fire some shots on angles that you wouldn't figure they could score with, but if they're set up properly, they can.
When they have that gift, that balance.
So, Jesus Gonzales fighting very much within himself in this bout.
Very comfortable with himself. But banged heads there.
He's been technically sound. He hasn't bitten off more than he can chew. He waits, he sets up the opportunity, and he's come up with a very good performance against a game opponent.
And boy, does he throw a straight left hand. There's no loop in that left hand. It's right down the chute.
The hands come together now. Is he getting a little tired?
A little tired. You know, he's been doing a lot of work in there, most of it tonight.
So they're coming down the home stretch.
Eammon O'Kane has not been throwing a lot of punches in the first 2 or 3 rounds.
This one is going to wrap up. And it's in the hands of the computer, so to speak. And nonetheless, Gonzales had a huge lead going in. And he'll come away with the win here. So a different style. We've seen power with other fighters. We've seen overwhelming efforts by Andre Berto. This is a guy who had a little bit of that combination of the power and the technique that we talked about. So 19-11, and you take a look how you pull away in certain rounds. 2 of these rounds were dead even, but Gonzales had 2 rounds that he captured by 4 points. So those 2 dominant rounds makes a big number for him.
Interestingly enough, between the second and third round, his corner told him to pick up the pace. If you look at that scorecard, he pulled out 3 points on that one.
Let's get the final number.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a decision. The winner on points, 19-11. In the blue corner, from Glendale, Arizona, Jesus Gonzales.
So Jesus Gonzales does what has to be done in this bout. And Eammon O'Kane putting up a gallant effort against him, but Gonzales had too many tools. And he even gets some congratulations from the loser, Eammon O'Kane. The big boys